Alrighty, so checking out the interview the warning had with Allison Hagendorf. Hagendorf. That's like a Harry Potter name. Okay, so the warning was there talking with her, and so let's play it. Let's skip the intro.
Foo Fighters and Guns N' Roses. They are currently on their North American tour this month.
That's
and
right.
will be opening for Muse in Europe
tickets
this summer. We talk all about their relentless drive and work ethic, how they got their first break, what it's like to open for their idols, Muse, and the secret weapon of their sibling magic. And stay tuned after the interview for my sound advice, new music you need to know.
We probably don't need that part. We're just here for the warning. That's it.
It all starts now.
All right, let's skip ahead.
Then find and book a top.
We're experimenting. We're in that basically. Honored.
Yes. This is phenomenal.
I got it from a
There
fan.
we go.
Shout out to that fan. Thank you for the
Best fan gift.
Yeah.
I know.
Your greets.
I love that.
And we're honored to be here. Thank you so much
Yeah,
for
for
having
having
us.
us.
This is like, woo.
So cool.
We're so happy
I am
to
honored
make
to have
it.
you guys here. Now tell me why you're in LA, what you guys have been working on.
Ooh,
Okay.
Oh, are you gonna?
okay.
Just like, so we're here in LA. Basically, we're gonna write a lot. We're experimenting.
Oh, writing, huh?
We're in that like era in our careers where we just want to try everything, new things, and we're so used to writing between each other. That's
Just
it.
us.
That's
I like how they're saying this. They're now in this era in their career, this point in their career where they could just experiment more. They're so young because they started so young, you know?
Like it's our first like dip into co-writing, and it's been fun.
Yeah.
LA is the place to do it, and we haven't had the time to write. We've been touring for
Nonstop.
2022
Yes, you
was
are.
nonstop. It was over 100 shows. So now this is like the little window of time we have before touring starts this year. So we're like, okay, let's go to LA and write.
Let's find out what we can do.
Going on.
Let's go.
So wait, I need to hear more about these co-writing sessions. So how has it been going? Because that's a whole new dynamic in chemistry. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, first of all, the fact that you guys are sisters writing together, it's like a very intimate, comfortable dynamic. So now you're in the room with strangers. It's a little bit like a first date, but it's the three of you together.
Yeah, we've talked about it. This is like speed dating.
Speed dating.
We've been here for has it been 9 days?
I think so. I don't even know.
It's been like one team per day. Like we meet new people every day.
Yeah.
So it's like going into the room and saying like, "Hi, I'm Paulina, and these are my darkest fears. Let's write about them." It's just
Okay. That's yeah, here's my journal. Here's my diary. Then we're gonna write a song out of this. Okay. Yeah, that'd be nerve-wracking.
you're doing that every day with these people. Sometimes you vibe, sometimes you don't, but all the sessions have been great.
Yeah.
They have been
We've met some
great.
great people, and it's just been really fun, very new.
And we've got to learn a lot from them, which is, I think, the most important thing. What you can like grasp and then get to do your own thing with it, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's definitely been an experience.
An adventure.
Yes, an adventure.
It's definitely a character building exercise. Like you said, like going and meeting someone and then becoming as vulnerable as possible so you actually get great art to create.
That's cool.
And it's weird because it's like a back and forth because you're explaining your situation. They're like, "Oh, I've been through," and then they just like, it's like a trauma dumping.
I noticed something. I'm sorry, I was paying attention as they're talking. It's like both Allison and Danny, they both have like strong faces. One thing I just noticed. Like
To create.
And it's weird because it's like a back and forth because you're explaining your situation. They're like, "Oh, I've been through," and then they just like, it's like a trauma dumping
it's
session.
like they put the strong faces over here and the baby faces on the other side.
Yeah, but
it's
in
therapy.
the healthiest way possible. It's just really nice.
It's a healthy therapy session.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I can see that.
Now, I love that it's the three sisters. I am one of three sisters. So I as soon as I heard about you guys, I felt
Okay, which one is she? Is she the middle or is she the oldest? She's one of three. I don't really know anything about this Allison. So let me know.
very connected. And I'm very close with my sisters. I think it's
I'm going to guess first sister. She's the eldest.
beautiful that you guys have been making music together. And
I want to learn a little bit about like the earliest days with you guys, because obviously your parents played a huge role introducing music to you in general and then supporting you in your dreams.
Yeah, so we grew up in a very musical household. Our parents are not musicians. They're just music lovers. So we, how do you say, inculcaron? They like shared
They
that
brought us up like
with a love of music.
Yes.
Yeah. Brought us up.
cool.
That's the word,
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, and that's, man, that can make all the difference in the world, though. I mean, that's support right there from their parents. Man, if they didn't have that, they probably wouldn't be here. Because that support means a lot.
And music was always just playing around the house, and we really loved it. And just like parents like put their kids in like soccer classes or swimming lessons. Our parents were like piano lessons. Just let's go, have fun. And we started out like that. We like classically trained classical music, piano.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And then our parents bought the video game, the Rock Band.
Yeah.
There was no going back
And that
Oh, it was Rock Band. Okay. I thought it was Guitar Hero.
Was that?
That's where we found our thing. We were really like, I forget how young we were. I felt really grown up at the time.
Yeah.
I was 6. I mean, I was 3.
You couldn't even hold up a freaking.
It's so goofy. It does sound like a joke, huh? It's like, yeah, so we played Rock Band, and then we got this idea to start a rock band, you know? It's like, it actually worked. It's like, okay.
You remember this? Actually?
I remember watching them play because I was so young. I couldn't even carry like the plastic guitar to play the rock band. So I just watched them play all the time. That's what I did when I was 3. I watched them play the rock band. Yeah, I did.
I love that. So Rock Band, you guys were great at it. But you can still be great at Rock Band and not decide that you're going to make this your life, you know? So what was it that was that point where we're like, okay, this is what we're doing?
You know, I think it's what we saw in the Rock Band more than like actually like playing it. Like it looked so fun to be on the stage. Everyone was just like cheering. It was like, I want to be part of that. So even though we had never done it before, I was like, Dad, I want to play the guitar. And he's like, are you sure? Your fingers are going to hurt. I was like, yeah. But 1 week I was just like, please, no. It hurts so much.
Right.
But no, then it was just because I started classic guitar. Like I started like an acoustic guitar with not nylon strings. The other ones, I forgot how they're called.
Steel strings?
I guess.
I'm trying to help you out.
I don't know.
It
So-
just means that the metal ones, the steel, I mean, that really thin, I mean, they're going to hurt. When you're brand new, they're going to hurt. They hurt even if you were experiencing this. It's been a while. I mean,
So much I was
You get like
just
the calluses.
Yes, I had like my fingers were horribly, but then there was no going back. Literally, we loved what we did, but we didn't play together.
No, at all.
we did.
I played the drums separately. Danny played her guitar. Ale was still not playing anything. She was playing the piano.
I played the piano.
But like years later, Ale like had an interest in the bass, so she started playing the bass by herself. Like we didn't play together. That wasn't a thing ever. Sometimes we played like the piano together.
Yeah.
But like guitar and drums, that wasn't a thing. But then Ali started playing the bass, and we're like,
Wait a
like,
second.
we can play together. And we started learning cover songs, just playing songs that we liked, and playing like at our school and stuff like that. And then we started recording these covers and uploading them to YouTube. We recorded Enter Sandman,
Right.
which went viral.
That's the one.
right.
And it was
That's
like
right.
when we started getting these very big opportunities that you wouldn't expect to get at that age, just starting out. It was like, oh my God, like their dreams are coming true. Let's do this for real. And I think that was the turning point.
And
Just
when
like,
we
When
eventually
people were so surprised by what they heard. I mean, they were kids, and they did a really good cover of Enter Sandman. Of course, it went viral. Of course, we were like, man, these kids have some talent. Yeah.
started making our own music, that even became more
That was
legit.
it.
Yeah, I was just like,
That
all
was
right, let's go.
So when the Enter Sandman cover came about, how old were you guys then? Was it like 9 to like 14?
Yeah, I was 14.
I was
12
and I was 9.
Yeah, that's incredible. So you guys really created your own.
That's so young. You know, what were you doing when you were a kid? I was playing Mega Man. I wasn't playing guitar. I didn't do that till like high school. Even then, it was like What was it? The first song I learned to play is Smoke on the Water. Not the complete song. Just the riff.
Own luck, right? Because it was a preparation and opportunity to meet. You had been practicing. You had been honing your crafts. I mean, how intense was your practicing at this point? Like, you guys were pretty dedicated musicians.
Very, very much so.
I don't remember how many hours.
Yeah,
but we practiced all the time.
We practiced a couple hours
all the time.
every day. And it was like, you come back from school, you would practice, then you would do your homework, and then you would practice the other instrument. Like, it was a thing.
Yeah.
It was,
and we had our
a
lessons.
whole schedule thing.
And our parents, like, really pushed us to it because you're a kid.
Yeah.
At one point, you're going to be like, no, I want to play with my toys. It was like, practice. And that, like, we learned how to be disciplined.
Good parents.
In our craft since
Great
we were really
parents.
young. So I feel like we've just been
Let's get a
really
round of
lucky
applause
throughout
for the
our whole
parents right there,
careers,
man.
and we've gotten these amazing opportunities.
Good
But it's that discipline that we've had throughout our whole lives that like makes us take advantage of these opportunities to the fullest.
Yes.
And we're really grateful for that.
And
honestly.
also from discipline, we are very stubborn. When we didn't get a part, it was just like, I'm staying here until I play it right.
Yeah, I
We're
bet.
just like, I want to be able to play this.
So when did you actually become the Warning? Like the
Oh.
official band?
Okay, I need to know this because how did they come up with that name? I mean, like, it's like, is it just random? Is it like a placeholder? Was it supposed to mean something? Like, there's no way they knew when they were kids that their songs were gonna be like, that they wanted a name like the Warning to like kind of like, I guess, warn those about what you're about to get into. That the music is just gonna be so awesome that you'd be hooked. I don't know.
Official band. Okay, so we recently just turned 10 years as a band.
That is unbelievable.
But it's like half of my life.
Yeah, more than half of my life. Yeah.
It's just like, what? But like our
It's
first
unbelievable.
It
It's
is.
wonderful, guys. It's wonderful.
And our first gig was at a Christmas party at our school.
Yes.
By the way, I gotta say, I like Alejandra's jacket. The jacket's great. I like leather jackets. And hers is awesome.
But like the first time we used the name The Warning, it was like a Battle of the Bands
Type of event.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember what
But
it was.
every single band had a name but us.
It was
so we're
Danny's.
just like, well,
Oh,
we have to name
that's
our
gonna be
How
the
did
band.
you come up with that?
We would daydream about having an album that
Yes.
it was called The Warning. And it was like the just for now name.
Yes.
We're like, we're gonna change it later. No, like we didn't love it. It was not like,
Yeah.
oh my god, we're called
The
The Warning.
Yes.
It was like we don't have another option right now.
Right.
So,
That's gonna be it. But then we went viral and everyone was like, oh, The Warning. So it was like,
well,
we'll
we're
stick with
keeping
The Warning. Okay.
Yeah.
But you know
we
what?
learned to love it.
Yeah, we
It's
learned to
awesome.
love it.
Yeah.
We've grown with
It's
it.
a great name.
Yeah.
When you did go
I
viral,
like how like they're sisters when they're like completing each other's sentences like that, and they'll often speak for all of them. Like one will speak for all, they'll speak for the group, and they seem to be okay with that. Seem to not have any issues with that.
did you feel the pressure to really like quadruple down and like now just take advantage of this momentum? Like, was there a pressure?
I feel like I don't
I don't
remember.
remember.
Like that.
No,
I feel like
'cause
as a kid, I was just like, well, this is my life now.
Yeah,
but like,
we were so young that we really didn't understand the concept of like
yeah.
what happened
Going
and like going
viral.
viral. We
Right.
didn't really understand it. We were just like suddenly we had more interviews and stuff like that. But apart from that, we really didn't understand completely like what was
I
going
feel like
on.
if that would happen right now, I would feel pressure.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I was
But
12.
back then,
I was in my own little world.
Yeah.
Just, I was like, oh,
yeah.
I get to play the drums now. Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just an opportunity to keep doing what you were
Exactly.
already
Yeah.
doing.
Right.
In hindsight, it's like, damn. Okay. that was big. But
I love that you said the pivotal point was when you started doing your own music. Because you
Yes.
realized you didn't want to be known as just a cover band, and creating your own music was really the key. So talk to me about early days of creating music. Where did you even begin? And was there sort of
These
like
are some good questions. I said I didn't really know who this Allison chick is in the beginning, but I should. But they're pretty good. It's a pretty good interview so far.
artists you look to sort of be inspired by or to emulate?
Okay, so first of all, the weird thing about this is that, well, we're Mexican. We grew up speaking Spanish. That's our main language.
We live in Mexico.
But the first ever creations that we did was English.
That's a weird correction for Alejandra. Daddy said we're Mexican, and then she got to explain one a little bit more. And then you heard that we live in Mexico. It's like, well, yeah, that's what Mexican means. Oh, yeah, okay, you gotcha. Yeah, it was cool, good detail. But I like that.
We live in Mexico.
But the first ever creations that we did was English songs. Mm-hmm. That's it. And I feel like that was a big thing in our starting. Releasing our own original music, because we had the attention of the Enter Sandman one. And now, like, since we were singing in English, people are like, oh, well, I can actually listen to this.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. It really does. Being able to, man, if you want to be able to reach the West, you gotta. Well, I mean, they are in the West, but if you want to be able to. It helps if you sing English to cross those barriers. You don't always have to. You could become. I mean, you don't. It helps. It helps.
But our first ever creations were very all over the place.
Like, we didn't have specific influences that we were like, I want to sound like that.
I'm gonna say. I'm thinking of some names right now. Think of some foreign bands, some foreign musicians, and if they made it big, did they do so with the help, or let me rephrase this. Okay, think about some foreign bands, foreign musicians, from other countries, whatever, okay? And that they have made it big in the U.S. And I guarantee you, I'm pretty sure, it's because they also had some songs that were like sung in English, some bits of it at least. I wouldn't be surprised. Like Rammstein, they had some English versions of their songs, you know. Let's see. I'm thinking of Selena. Then she sung in English too, right? She sung both in Spanish and in English, right? Yeah. Yeah, she did. Man, she was a sensation, you know? That's just two. I mean, I'm sure we can go on. Baby Metal. They have some songs that are in English, and it helps out. It helps. It does help a lot. Love Bites. Now, of course, they're not nearly as well known as The Warning or Rammstein I don't know about that. Well, yeah. But if you sing in English, I mean, it's gonna be easy for people to kind of catch on to it. Because you get rid of that language barrier. Anyway.
It was just like, let's write a song and let's see what comes out. And it was just, but it was like an exercise. We had a teacher. His name is Pablo Gonzalez, and he was Alice's bass teacher. Mm-hmm. But then he started teaching us like musicianship. And he was like, you should start writing. And we're like, sure.
And what does that mean exactly? Yeah.
So he really pushed us into start like exploring what we wanted to say or how we wanted to sound. And it was really fun because like I play the drums, right? But I also play the piano. But I write on the piano. But I remember like the first time just figuring out like, oh my God, I can use these chords and they're gonna sound like this. And it was just like a whole new world was opened of possibilities that I had never thought that we could do before.
Yeah.
And it was just
that was so cool, man.
Really fun. But we were
I was like creativity right there. Ooh.
Still finding our footing like for the first years.
Which is so funny to me now because our first ever songs are actually out. Our first EP is there.
It's out. So
you can hear our like tiny baby voices being like, hi.
It's no.
Yeah.
I try to ignore it. It's like it's there.
It's there.
And it's cute. We started out with that. I'm not ashamed of it, but it's people can stream it. Like they can sit down and say, I'm gonna listen to that song. And it's just like,
Yeah, but it's impressive. You guys were children. You were.
It is very impressive. It's like they look at their it's like they look at their initial EP with like some, like it's kind of cringe in a way, like some elements. I could see that why they may think that. Think about that. You're hearing your younger voice. You sound like a child. Maybe you don't play as well as you definitely don't play as well as you do now. But you were good for at the time. But it was kind of rough, It must be hard for them as well. I'd imagine that they would be very critical, or could be very critical. I say that because, we are our own worst critics at times, right? I mean, I am for myself. I don't know about for you, but
actual children creating your own music, writing your music, and playing your own music. Yeah. I mean, I think that is so impressive. I hope you guys feel
like that. It does feel like, oh, okay. But at the time, it was just like, it's what we knew, what to do, and we just really liked it. Okay.
Now, tell me about, like you said before, you call it the sibling magic, which I love. I mean, how do you guys work together? Does someone come in with an idea, or do you just jam together?
No. One person does it all. No. They probably all work together.
It's weird. We do have this weird telepathy kind of thing that works a lot, especially in live shows. We would just be like, and we're like, okay,
that's incredible.
We know what needs to happen. But usually, up until right now, Pao is the one who, like, on the piano, she just goes crazy and gets a lot of different chords, concepts, lyrics, and that's where we that's where we go from, which is. It's so funny if you think about it. Most of our songs start as a rock ballad on the piano, and then we just kind of like the-warnify it in the actual instruments. Yeah. And it's so...
Oh, I did not know that. That was cool. That's good to know.
It's weird. Like, it's a good process that we have.
Yeah.
And
man, I kind of want to hear one of those versions if it's of a strong ballad. If a lot of their songs start off as a kind of like a rock ballad on the piano, I wonder how. Imagine hearing the song like "Evolve" on the piano. Be kind of cool. Be kind of cool to hear that. Yeah, it would be.
Now that we're writing with other people, like, we realize how special it is because, writing songs, it's like, I was gonna say having babies, but that sounds weird. But it's like, it's your child.
It's your musical children.
It's right there, and then you just hand it over for it to be like torn apart and then put back together, and it's weird.
That's a weird baby. What's up with your baby? What?
It goes back to the vulnerability.
It's a heavy process, and with my sisters, like, there's no sugarcoating it. Like, we're working with other people. It's like, maybe we can go around and do this. And they're like, I hate it. We're not going to do that. And it's just like, okay.
That sucks.
I mean, that's
it's a heavy process. And with my sisters, like, there's no sugarcoating it. Like, we're working with other people. It's like, maybe we can go around and do this. And they're like, I hate it.
Hey, that's what you need, though. You need sisters. They'll tell you, hey, no, that's not going to work. We're not doing that.
Not going to do that. And it's just like, okay.
That sucks.
But we know that it's nothing personal. Like, we can work with no strings attached and just, like, really get things done. And we do understand each other in a really special way. Like, Danny, it doesn't matter if it's in English or in Spanish, but when we're working creatively, she says things.
So it's like really... Pauline is the one who kind of leads this in a way, and she's the middle child. The middle child is the one who the three sisters, the trio siblings, the trio sisters. The middle child is the one that's usually the one, like the peacekeeper, the one that kind of keeps people, keeps them together. It's kind of fitting, isn't it?
Things
that don't make sense.
She says words, and it's a sentence, but
it doesn't make sense.
It's not a
I
thing.
can be very incoherent.
Yeah. And she's just like, it just needs to sound like "guh," and we're like,
what does
what are you
mean?
talking about?
Yes.
But after all these
Leave
years,
it to my sisters to understand.
we know what "guh" means
Yeah.
now. Like we understand
We're
each
getting
other.
the hang of it, yeah.
So now that we're working with other people, we just take a second to huddle up in Spanish and be like,
All right.
what are we doing? And then Danny says her incoherent things and we make sense of it and then we communicate it to the other writers but it's a cool process because we ground each other. We keep each other humble. It's like, no, you're not gonna do that. That's not cool.
Yeah.
It's like a process.
I love.
Hey, but that is a really cool process. I like that they explain that. I mean, it really puts it in perspective.
That.
All right, we'll skip this little ad thing, whatever they're doing here.
An appointment with a few taps in their app and start and download the
Skip.
Of course, was a massive moment for you guys.
Yeah.
On so many levels. As artists, as musicians, as songwriters, as women. It's a phenomenal album. So I just want to say congratulations. It's really a culmination of all of the hard work. I mean, you guys are veteran musicians.
Veteran musicians, and they're not even 30. That's cool, man.
You're so old.
No, but it's incredible that you are so young. Like when you finished that album, how old were all of you?
When we finished Error?
I was 20.
So not even 25. Not even 25.
I was.
Well, I turned 21 when we
in the mixing.
So
I was 18. And during the mixing, I was 19.
Yes.
I was 15.
What?
Oh my
No,
God.
you're kidding.
Literally, I'm calling you veterans and you were literally 15.
Shut the front door. For Error? For Error. 15? Holy crap. What the? Yeah. Okay. Jeez.
15 to 20.
Yeah. I was 15.
You were 15. Jesus Christ.
It's because, man, pandemic years are so weird.
That's true. The pandemic years, it was like dog years.
I
It's
don't
like
remember being that young.
I don't either.
But I get it. Okay.
But that album, I feel like, to this date, has made the biggest splash for you guys. That's when you started really getting on festivals and incredible tours and amazing opportunities to open for bands like Foo Fighters and...
that's pretty fun. That is really cool. And the Muse,
which I want to talk more about, and Sammy Hagar and all these things. Tell me what was going on for you, because you guys had been playing and honing your craft for so many years.
And then they also get to meet Bandmate. They're like fans of each other.
But this album was a turning point, individually and also in your career. So tell me about this whole point in your life and how it felt.
Well, I think first of all, it was a big shift in our band as a career because we had been an independent band for the rest. I mean, all of it
the whole
up
time.
until right
the
now.
Whole time.
So we signed with Lava Records and Republic Records in 2020. It was mid-pandemic.
It was
Mid-pandemic.
July, mid-pandemic.
It was weird timing, but it was great for us, and we already had this album planned, and we were like, okay, we're now recording it with someone we had never worked with in an environment that we had never been in, because we are now like, okay, we're going to have a producer who has a lot of experience.
David Benda. Shout out David. Shout out Jason Flom. I remember when he told me about you guys, and I was like, oh, hell yes. Very excited. Yeah.
So, we were going into stuff that we've been doing for our whole lives, but in a very different context and way. So we're just like, all right.
But it was the step to take. We were really excited about oh, it's the next level. That's what we would say. Like, okay, let's go.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You guys have been upgraded for sure. Level up.
It was mid-pandemic. It was weird, the whole recording of it, but it was great. And we learned how to be musicians again. I don't know how to explain it, but we went through the David Bendit boot camp, which we've talked with other bands about it, and they're like,
it's a thing. Tell me more about this boot camp. I love this.
It was just like during pre-pro, like we thought we were really tight with our demos, and we were playing it for David, and David was like, "You're so out of time." And we're like, "Oh, what are you talking about?" He's like, "No, you're gonna use my click, and you're gonna learn how to play with each other because you're playing individually. You're not playing as a band." And we're like, "What are you talking about, David?
Right.
What do you mean?"
Yeah.
But I love how he was honest like that. He can whip them into that's how they got that discipline that I referred to in my other reaction. Okay.
Through like the whole process, we went back to Monterrey, and we were starting to rehearse the songs. And we were like,
that process
we
was
played
so stressful.
horribly.
We played
I was like,
horribly.
I felt like a bad musician.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know how to drum. And then Ale and I would play together. Like, we would just play together, her and I.
Yeah, we just
And
look
I
at each
would
other.
stare at Ale's fingers, and I would have to hit it at the same time as Ale was doing like the.
Yeah, like I
playing.
remember we were so out of
It was-
time, and
was
we
grueling.
learned how to play again together.
Yeah, literally.
It was.
But
it was
you
a
know
process.
what?
Wow.
Yeah.
More than anything about timing or whatever, like the parts, we felt like we were playing like humans. Does that make
For the
sense?
first time. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it.
It does make sense. I mean, they had to break you down so that you could build yourself back up to be better.
Got so into what you were doing, it's like I have to get it right or whatever, that you forgot to like groove, to be part of it, to be in the music.
Right.
And that is something that not a lot of people think about, that can be listened to.
Yes.
You know,
But
like you
it
can
does
feel
make
it.
such
You
a
can feel
huge
that in
difference.
an album when it's recorded with like feeling.
Yeah, so the instrumentation is one part of it, but the heart and soul is the other.
It's the other part.
And you have to have both.
It's very easy to lose yourself and wanting to be perfect.
Yes.
Playing everything perfectly by yourself.
Yeah.
It was just an insane process.
It was.
But we didn't tour. It was the pandemic. So then
Right.
the album comes out. It came out 2 years after we recorded it.
Right.
It was just
right.
there. And it
Yeah.
was really weird because we couldn't do anything with it.
Oh.
Because we had to tour with it. We had to promote it. But we couldn't. Everything was closed down. We canceled like 2 tours.
2 tours.
3 tours.
Yeah, the pandemic was horrible, dude. Everyone had, for every band, man, it was bad for everybody.
Oh.
And it was our
were so
first
bummed.
time, like, it was going to be our first time headlining
The US.
like our tours in the US, and then everything was canceled. But then 2022 came around and we started touring. It was our first time headlining in the US. It
Like
was brutal.
Our first show ever coming back from the pandemic was in Daytona.
Oh my god, it was Welcome to
The
Rockville.
Welcome to
Welcome to
Rockville.
Rockville.
Yeah.
That was like,
Okay, it was
we're
a great-
coming back.
It was a great experience.
It was a great experience.
But
Yes.
it was such a wonky show. Like, it was it was
for
our
us.
thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, we were just like, what is going on? And we hadn't played
in
festivals
years.
in the US.
Ever.
It was like
Ever.
one of our first festivals here. And we were all just like,
We had so much
what
fun
is
though.
going? It was fun, but we were wonky. So now that
Like
we're,
you felt rusty, like you
Yeah.
felt not
It's like,
conditioned.
Do I even
Yeah.
remember how to do
we're
this
about to play
in front of an
Rockville again
audience?
this
Yeah.
year, and we're like, thank God, because we can show the people. They're like, we're cool. We swear.
I don't think I've seen this performance, probably for a good reason. It doesn't sound like it's very good. Okay.
swear that we're better now. But we started
I
our
appreciate
headlining
her
tour in the US
honesty.
in 2022,
Yes.
and it was like how many dates and how many days? Do you
It
know?
was like
We were there-
27 dates.
And we were there for like 42 days or something.
yeah. It was
was-
like
a
very
really. It was just at one after the other, and
Now
we
that
had
is boot camp.
no, we
that's
had
real
never
boot
toured
camp.
like that
Yeah.
before, and never also like in the US. It was like, oh, clavado, un clavado.
No,
How do you
I
say
have
that? It
no
was
idea.
like a deep dive.
dive
and
into
like into
Yeah.
cold
Yeah.
water, like just, and it was like so many firsts for everyone, like not only us but like in our team as well. But I am really grateful that we had that because it was grueling and it was brutal.
Yes.
And every sense of the word, like
now we can take on anything.
Physically.
Yeah.
Like we survived that.
We did.
And then we started touring with Hailstorm and the Pretty Reckless.
Yeah. One talk to me about that.
It was awesome.
And that's why Pretty Reckless has been recommended for me as well, I suppose. It's somehow adjacent to the warning and a bit.
I love both bands.
It was awesome. So we felt really like nervous about it. We were like, we just toured by ourselves. Like maybe this tour is a bit easier because like it's their tour and we're just here to support. But it's a really different switch opening for bands than like your headlining ones.
Right.
Because you have to prove not only like to the bands that are inviting you to play
that you
like,
are worth it.
Yeah, like thank you for taking a chance on us, and also you have to convince everyone in the crowd like, look at me, listen to me.
Yeah,
that's 100% true. Because they're not really there to see you. They're there to see, the other band, the bigger band.
Hello.
Yes.
And also, like, we're a Mexican band touring the U.S. for the first time. We're trying to make a name for ourselves. So it was also like we also have to prove that we can be a part of this country's industry as well. And just like, hey, listen to us. We have something to say.
Yes.
And most of it, we were just really trying to get people to have a good time for the rest of the evening.
And like, prepare the crowd for like the bands that we're about to come up, like to hype them up.
To hype them up.
So like the Pretty Reckless and Hailstorm could have the best crowd ever.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was awesome.
Yeah. It was
Also,
a
touring
great
with those
tour.
two bands, of course, they both have very strong, incredible, talented women. Talk to me about doing some festivals where you're one of the only female bands.
Oh, that's usually
and sometimes you have to prove yourself more, right? Because they're like, oh, it's the warning, it's an all-female band. That's cute, right? And then I'm sure once they see you, they're like, oh wow.
That's usually how. Thankfully, that's usually how it goes. I mean, we put in a lot of work.
I mean, I imagine if they're honest, that's how it would go. I mean, of course they're gonna have their doubts because they don't know. I mean, sure, it's biases. You could be like it's all sorts of other stuff, whatever. But the reason for all that, the reason for that opinion, the reason for that bias. But setting that aside, they're gonna have their doubts. They're gonna have their doubts. But if you play well and they're honest, they like it. They're bobbing. They're grooving to the music. They like it. I mean, they will have to admit, man, these girls can play. These ladies can play. They're good. They're good. All right.
To like prove ourselves.
Yeah.
Because we do have to go like above and beyond to be considered, at least. So, but it's always very. It's motivating in some sort of way, like to prove yourself every single time. Because it like there's a certain fire to it. Like we have to demonstrate that we've been working for a long time.
That's our motivation when we.
I like that. I like that mentality there. I really do.
Go on stage, just like, first of all, let's have fun, because that's what we're here for, and show them that that's what a rock show is all about, So like, it's not what gender you see on stage. It's just the music and how good it can make you feel. Yes. So we definitely go with that in our minds. And yes, it is a very satisfying feeling to just like people see what we can do and they take us into account for next stuff, because
it's been awesome to see like how our first festivals, like how we were treated at them. And it's not only like crowds, but it's also like staff and people around.
Like, for a Mexican band, for these ladies being from Mexico and live in Mexico. See, I just did it too. It's like, I didn't have to really specify all that, but I guess it just kind of happens, huh? I was going to say the accent. Like, I live in Houston. I hear, like, Latina accents all the time. I'm not really hearing it with them for some reason. I mean, do you? Do you hear it?
You have to prove, like, sound checks and stuff like that. You get treated pretty differently sometimes, and it's just jarring to see.
But they just don't think of...
They don't think highly of you, so they don't, like, put time or effort into it. But like
they don't understand who they're dealing with here.
but it's always just very fun to see and very gratifying to see like you step off of the stage and like the stage hands are like, that was an awesome show.
Yeah,
and you're like,
that's great.
hell yeah. Okay. It was an awesome show.
Yeah.
Good. It's very satisfying.
Yeah, I mean, it's important for people to realize that as soon as they see you, they understand this, but you're not female musicians or a female band.
Right,
Like, yes, you are, but you are just great rock stars. It doesn't matter. Gender has nothing to do with it. You know?
They were born to be rock stars. They were.
I think just because it's an anomaly, there's not so many female artists, all female bands, you know. And I think when you come out with this ferocity that you do.
Ferocity.
Oh my God, you guys.
I like that
Ferocity is the word I use to describe you guys.
Oh,
That's a good word.
You know what it was when I saw the Choke video? I was literally like talking out loud.
Oh, Choke is a good video. That is a good song.
Like I was going like, yes. I mean, it's just so, you guys are an amazing musicians, yes, but performers. And
Thank
you
you.
really do embody that heart and soul, that fire. I mean, that
Thank
video in
you.
particular,
I love their stage
loved
presence.
that video.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're fierce. You're
Thank
fierce.
you so much.
Ferocious.
Yes,
I
and
like
you know
it.
what?
Yes.
I actually get to work on that a lot because sometimes when we write the songs, they're like Pau's feelings and everything that I have to like interpret.
Yeah.
interpretar. Interpret? I
There
don't
we
Is
go.
that
There
the-
we go. There we go. That's what was wanted to hear.
Word interpret.
Yeah, interpret or have them relate to you, or
Right.
yeah, how they
So,
apply to
like,
you for
I
sure.
really try to make it justice because I know that it means a lot to whoever like wrote the initial feeling of it. So I try to like really go all out on that sense.
For sure.
Yes.
I mean, they might be your feelings or stories to begin with, but
Yeah.
everyone can relate to
Yeah.
them.
Right,
you
yeah.
know? I
Once
mean,
we,
you're
Oh
not
like-
gonna
yeah, for sure. We can all relate and all mean different things to us. Yeah, to make it our own in a way. Yeah.
universal themes.
Yeah, once we do it as a band as well, it kind of just like sinks in and we're like, we're expressing this. Let's go.
Let's
I
go.
love
Let's go.
Okay, I wanted to see. Okay. Have a little break here. I wonder what else they're going to bring up. So I learned quite a bit about the warning from this. Their song making process, for sure. And I also learned how they see their first EP, or their initial EP.
You're all with the Spanish
love
words.
it.
Against the current. Against the current. Like it's always
Yeah.
something that was
Wait,
different.
back. I missed something.
I love that you guys are all connecting because, you know, rock music is not necessarily so popular and mainstream amongst young people, you know? So, of course, I get so excited when young people.
And that is a problem that can be solved with just better rock music. And yeah.
People are like, you know, waving the flag. You know, what is it about rock music that you're just like, what? This has nothing to do with age or gender. Just this speaks to me. Like, what is it that just ignites you?
Well, rock has always been a genre for like breaking down barriers and being
Yep.
like contracorriente.
Oh my God. You're all with the Spanish words.
Against the current.
I like it when she's speaking the Spanish though.
Against the current. Like it's always
Yeah.
something that was different and used to express so many things
Rock,
about
punk,
rebellion.
metal, they all kind of had that.
About feelings. So I feel like that really resonates with the youth all the time. It's a message that transcends time and gender and age.
Yeah.
So it's just cool to be a part of it because it resonated with us since we were really young. So to like be able to do it now, it's
And I feel like a big part of it is the energy.
The energy.
It's
So
just
much energy.
like-
It's the energy.
It's so fun.
So it's that spirit.
It's such
the
a big
community,
release.
right?
Yes.
It's the community.
We're
Community's
just like
awesome.
one big family. It's so crazy how you can see complete strangers enjoying a show, like
arm in
arm in arm, in the middle of a mosh pit, taking care of each
100%.
other. Like
Yeah.
even like just to like stay hydrated, my friend. We have to like enjoy the rest of the
Yes.
festival. You know, like
it's awesome to see.
I
It's
love
awesome.
that. What other sort of younger or newer artists are you guys liking?
Ooh, all right.
Oh. Are they going to reference any of the Japanese bands we covered? Is it going to be a Bandmate drop? A Nemophila drop? No way. I want to say there's going to be a Bandmate drop. We'll find out.
So we have a very like mixed music taste, which I think is cool because we get to experiment with a lot and bring it back to rock.
Yeah.
But right now I'm listening to a lot of Maneskin. I haven't listened to the whole album yet.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to their new
ones,
but they're very cool.
I like Bad Flower.
I love that.
I don't know.
They're cool. They're so cool.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
And have you connected with these bands? Like, do they know that you love them?
I know that. No, they.
Okay.
I follow them on Instagram and they follow me on Instagram, but it's just like from afar.
I will make all the connections because I love
We're
bringing
playing
the
at a
whole
festival
community together.
We are.
I don't know. We're playing various festivals this year. I don't know.
We know of each other, but we've never actually like properly.
Oh,
met.
I love Turnstile.
And
we're about to.
Turnstile.
We're about to play in
good.
3
I heard of them, I think.
same 3 festivals as them.
Yes.
And like I just want to say hi.
One
time.
so great. I'm so happy for them. They've been doing it for such a long time. They finally got
Wait. So then I have Turnstile. I should know. I should probably recognize one of their songs then.
Grammy nominations.
Yeah,
you know, I mean,
they're
good
so
for
good.
them. They deserve all of it.
They're awesome.
That's
They're
so
awesome.
cool.
Yeah.
Do you guys know about Nandy Bushell, the drummer from England?
Of course,
Of course,
I
I feel like you guys
Yeah,
really
yeah, yeah.
connect. I mean,
Yes.
she's amazing.
She's awesome.
I mean, her first show was like playing Wembley with like Lenny Kravitz.
I saw it. I was just like,
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah, she's amazing.
I mean, do you
She
feel like
is.
when you find out about these other artists, like you want to like connect with them or give advice or support? I feel like it's like a
you know what? I feel it's more of like just to like say, hey, like we see you because like we started the
Yes.
same way, you know,
course.
and it's like an
getting
internet
those
thing.
little like shout outs, you feel very supported and seen. And it just like really
Yes.
motivates you like, okay, let's go.
Because
Let's
at
keep
this
doing
point,
it.
I
Let's
think
keep
she
doing it.
probably knows more than we do.
Yeah, I know.
100%. Yeah, that's true. I mean, she's been around the industry for forever.
I would have it from a shout out from her. Yeah.
Hi.
I want to talk now about Muse in particular
yes.
because
All right.
you guys are massive Muse fans. You've
Like,
always been massive Muse fans, and your whole lives you have been
much.
sort of manifesting opening, playing with Muse. And it finally happened. And the video of you guys finding out that you were going to open for them is the most, it made me cry.
I cried.
Yeah.
I cried.
Yeah. It was the most endearing, beautiful. I mean, it was sort of like a lesson for everyone that dreams do come true, and it's not a cliche because you guys are proof that it's true. And if you put the hard work and the talent,
I got chill.
but it's true. And I think that moment when you found out you were going to open for Muse, like tell me more about that, and then I want to hear about actually playing with Muse.
Okay.
Okay. We knew that Muse was coming to play to Mexico, of course, because we were like, I already had tickets to go with all of our friends and everything.
Like you were just going to go as a fan.
Yeah.
We've seen them
definitely.
many times.
Many times.
Yeah.
Aren't they one of the most
Something
incredible
wrong with
live
it.
bands?
They're
there is?
amazing.
They're so good.
so amazing.
It's insane,
But
right?
like we grew up with their music. We saw them
We did covers
Like,
of their songs.
all the time. It was just they were our
So wait, how did they go from gotta go see them to actually opening for them?
idols.
still are.
Yeah.
They still
are.
Which is okay. So we knew that they were going to Mexico, so we like usually just throw a pitch like, "Hey, we want to open for you."
Yeah.
And
Well, we go through the promoter. Like,
and
it's
then
like-
the pitch arrives, and it's either yes or like, "Thank you, but no thank you." Right? But
Thanks.
so
Yeah.
we were all like, it was a thank you, but no thanks. They haven't said anything. It's a week until they arrive to Mexico and the tour starts.
Yeah.
And we're not opening for them. Like that's it.
Yeah.
And then it was a Wednesday.
Yeah.
And we were having to do promo. We were recording videos.
Yes.
And we were messing up on the videos, and we were frustrated on that. And then
Yeah.
Rudy was like, "Okay,
So
we
we
have to
were in
record
such a
it
bad mood.
again." We were in a bad mood.
like,
If you see that video, we're all just like, "Okay, we have to do this again." Hi, we're the warning. And then Rudy's our manager.
Yeah.
Rudy's like, "And you're opening for Muse in their Mexico dates."
Yeah.
It was just like, oh my god, 'cause we
So I've not seen that video, but that video sounds amazing. What? Okay. Whoa.
really thought like it wasn't
I mean, they clearly thought and felt that it was just not going to happen.
gonna happen. It was a week until the concert.
Yeah.
It was like that doesn't happen.
Yeah,
You see it months and months in advance, and so it was pretty last minute.
Yeah.
But we were super excited about it. I didn't feel like it was happening until the very day.
Because like we had like our first show was gonna be until like March.
Like this
so
year.
we had nothing planned for this year. So it was suddenly like we're gonna play in a week. We have a
Oh
show.
my God.
And our first show
shows
of the year in our hometown opening for Muse. So we were like,
No pressure.
No
big deal,
pressure.
guys. No
Yeah.
big deal. Yeah.
And then we also played the Foro Sol, which is like
Yeah.
One of the biggest
stadium in
stages.
our
in
country.
our country. It's in
Yeah.
Mexico City, and they sold out the first night. So it was like we played in front of 50,000 people opening for night.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
it was
Insane. Nerves. Like, were you freaking out? Like, what did you do to not freak out? Like, what were you doing to stay grounded?
We usually don't get that nervous
director's
for
cool.
shows. It's just like, okay, let's do. We'll have fun. But it was like we're opening for Muse.
in front of 50,000 people in the largest arena in our country.
It was just like
yes, a lot
No
at once.
big-
okay. It was also really cold. So it was just like
kinda
trying to
cold.
keep warm and just like being like, okay, breathe.
Yeah.
Everything is going to be fine.
Breathe, yeah.
You've done this before, which is a crazy thought. Like, oh, you've played the stadium before. But it was just like, okay, you just have to do the best job you can do. Your
And have
whole team
fun.
is here and they pulled through. We're going to have fun. We're going to be great. We're going to win over that crowd. It's going to be cool.
Yeah.
But then you just look over to your side and you see Muse staring at you while you're playing. And you're like, oh my God.
of
We're like, oh my God. You're like,
That has to be nerve wracking right there.
don't look. And we got to meet them the very first night.
Yes.
Like after we
They
played
were
in
so
Monterrey.
nice.
They're the
They-
nicest people.
Oh, it's
they
wonderful
invited us
hear.
to hang out post show, and we were just like,
In the first show, and we're like, that's not a thing. Like usually it was our goal to say hello to them. Like by the fourth show, maybe get a
Maybe.
picture. Like maybe. And then it was the first night, and we're having drinks with them. And we're like,
after the show.
what is going on? What is going on? They are the nicest people.
They were
and we're
so
just
cool.
It sounds like a good time. Hope,
talking music with them and just like talking about life. And they were like, no, we saw your covers of us. And we're like, stop it.
my God.
I was just like, oh my God.
That's the
It
best.
was beautiful.
amazing.
It was beautiful. And so we played 4 shows with them.
Mm-hmm.
And
Dun, 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 dun,
Like-
dun, dun. Okay, so
it's really weird because we haven't talked about this
no.
at all.
Let's talk about it.
Okay,
Let's go.
so
After the 4th show, we hung out again, and Matt just like casually comes over to our little table where we're just like hanging. And it was actually a very low table. He just like crouches us down and he's like,
I was like,
"Hey,
you
guys."
want a chair? He's like, no, I'm fine.
Yeah, like he's just there, and he just casually goes like, "Hey, do you guys want to join us in our UK run?" And we're just like,
I'm like,
What
is going on?
and we're like, "Are you sure?" Like, really? And he's like, "Yeah, it would be great to have you." And we're just like, "Of course, we would love that." But like, he said it so
like
casually.
nonchalant. It was
Yeah.
like,
oh man, that's super cool. That's so cool. Yeah. Okay.
That we're just like, is he serious? Or not?
Is true?
and usually like tour
Well, I don't think he was joking around. So yeah, I think he's serious.
bring things, and like it has to go through so many people
Of course.
for it to
And
actually
out.
happen.
Of
So you're like, he's just saying it, like it's
Right.
So we just took it
At
so chill.
the end, like everyone was like, "Oh yeah, we'll see you in the UK." Like the whole team.
So
it was like
so it's
legit.
official.
It's official.
Okay.
So the Muse recognizes the talent that is the warning. Hey.
And we're like, what? So it's at the end of May and at the end of June.
Yeah, we're doing
It's
4
like 4
shows in the
dates.
UK. With
Oh
them.
my God.
It's Muse and Royal Blood. Yeah.
Greatest tour.
Man, that's gonna be so cool. So cool.
It's just
amazing.
I still can't believe it. Like
Yeah,
every
me
time I
too.
just
Oh my
remember
God,
it.
guys, I'm so happy
Thank
for
you.
you. I'm
Thank
like crying.
I cried. It's beautiful. I cried.
That's pretty big for them, man. This okay. These girls are so talented. I mean, they deserve this.
You deserve it all.
Thank you
wow,
so
what a
much.
killer
Yeah.
tour.
And it's
Yes.
just like, okay, one thing, it's like opening for them in
Yes.
our country where it makes sense. Like we're a band there. And don't get me wrong, that was like a dream come true.
Yeah,
We didn't
of
expect
course.
anything more than that. But it's like they liked us enough to be like, come to the UK, like
to
get
our
country. To like it's like
that's huge.
Yes, that is huge.
It's the
insane.
ultimate compliment.
It is. We feel very honored.
Do you feel, because you're so gracious and grateful, but do you feel like these moments where, you know what, like we belong, like we deserve it, like
it takes like
we have to have conversations about it. We're like, we worked really hard for this, and it's not only with us, but like
for our whole team.
After that dinner we had with Muse. Our whole team, we were just in the hotel lobby, like, we were like, what the hell just happened? And we started talking about like our whole journey to get where we are as a team
and everything.
Ooh, imagine that self-respect. Oh, sorry, I'm still a little sick. The word coming out of my mouth doesn't make. Yeah. Okay.
That happened in like that week.
In a week.
Right.
We did the 4 shows.
Our whole lives changed.
Yeah.
In a week. Our whole year. Like the touring prospect was just like from one day to another. It just
our year was gonna start like that.
So we do take those moments to like ground ourselves and just be really thankful for each other and the work and the sacrifice we have all put in. Because like it's just amazing. Like I still get like just
I know. And to think it's even crazier to think that that's gonna be our first ever show in Europe. Like
it's gonna be stadiums.
It's gonna be Muse and Royal Blood. Muse and Royal Blood. Are you kidding me? It's the first time we ever like literally still. I know.
But you have been putting in the work. This has been your life commitment.
Exactly. You 100% deserve this, man.
Yes, I mean, the fact that you've had 10 years behind you and you guys are literally, like, didn't you just turn 23?
Yeah. Oh, look at that. They're so young. They're not even... Okay. They're going to... Well, are they going to retire when they're 30? No. The only thing is they're so young. And if that's such a great start. That's amazing.
Happy birthday, belated, by the way. I mean, it's unbelievable. And also to think, like, growing up in the public eye as musicians and artists and as women, I mean, that's not easy. You know, it's not.
Been a ride.
I'm glad that you guys have each other, which probably makes it easier.
Yes.
But it's still very difficult. Tell me about that. Has that been challenging to grow up and develop, you know, as women in the public eye and on the road?
I feel like we've been very, I'm gonna say sheltered in a way by our parents.
Yes. They took care of us.
They
well.
did.
No, that's wonderful to hear.
Like it is a thing. Everyone has opinions, especially about women.
And strong support. It means a lot. It really does.
Women in general, but like everything we do or don't do has some sort of criticism. Like, it has some sort of reaction, and it's exhausting to see like a comparison. I see like people do what we do, but they're not women, and it doesn't have that sort of backlash that we do.
Right.
Yeah.
Like in our country when we tour, when it's so many things that we just take it as like, oh, that's how life is, and it's just like it's for us. But it's not necessarily a global experience. It's a women experience.
But you know what? I think you touched on a really important point for us, that we have each other.
Yeah.
Because it was a big thing, especially growing up. Like, Ale had to like record an album when she was in 4th grade. So like,
Jesus.
Yeah. So like,
Yeah, they get permission to leave the class or something. Like, how does she do that?
it was so weird because no one in her generation was going what she was going through.
Not.
So on the... She did any shows, and then what? I guess on the back, was she doing homework too? Doing book assignments?
Like,
That's very isolating.
We just kind of like, well, we're in this together type thing.
It's very important. I feel like it has been very important that we have each other, because even at like right now, our friends, like, we go through so many different things that on the daily.
Yeah.
So it's really, I feel like it has been really important that we have each other.
Yes.
Oh, because it's hard. Even though they have their friends, they're not going to really relate to it because they don't really understand. You know? I think that's what she's saying.
Or like those
we
moments,
understand.
we understand each other.
We understand.
Yeah.
And it's about like right now we have certain rules with like, because we've had experience with growing up like with social media and just being like public. It's like you don't read comments. You don't like you.
They're not gonna add
You
anything.
do your job, and you're doing as best as you can. And that.
Hey, that is a good mentality right there. Don't even mess with the comments. Don't. unless you enjoy the toxicity at times.
That's it. If you ask for people's
that.
opinions, great. You're asking for them. But if not, like, just stay as far away as possible.
Yeah.
Because it can be, like, pretty damaging.
I mean, that's a good life hack that we should all pay attention to.
Don't read the
Everybody
comments.
should take that advice.
Don't do that.
You're right. It's not helpful. It's not constructive.
It's not healthy.
And we get to like listen through other people, like maybe in our managements, like even if you're not reading the comments, know that there's a lot of people who are very happy with what you're doing. So like even if we get that overall, like there's a lot of people who are so grateful for your music. We're like, that's all we need to hear.
That's all that matters.
Thank you.
And we do get like that a lot, like in meet and greets. To hear those stories, it's very beautiful. But like to be constantly like at it and looking for it, it can be pretty tight.
Yeah, that's toxic.
Yeah. You'll be lost in that. Can you imagine that? Being a female band and constantly searching your name all the time, your band name and then your actual name, your stage name or whatever, just to see what people are saying about you. I mean, it's all good things. And then you like the good things. You want to know what else we're saying, you know? I don't know. It seems like it could be... I could see how it could be very detrimental, even if it's just positive things. The same way social media can, just if you're not a band member or a famous person or anything like that, or celebrity. And the whole... When you see comments of praise and it could give you a sense of affirmation, it can trigger like a dopamine release. It's a positive thing. People like seeing it. So okay, well, little things like likes, retweets, and praises, things like that. Imagine just receiving a lot of it, and getting really addicted to that. And I don't know, and then doubting yourself after seeing that, going through a sort of not an identity crisis, not that imposter syndrome, going through something like that. Yeah, that can be really bad. It's just best, you know what? Don't even worry about it. Just you do you. You do what you like. You know, if you want to know someone's opinion, yeah, ask them. But if not, you're good.
And not helpful.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the Muse tour in UK, I'm still laughing because it's like unbelievable. I mean, even that's already like a lifelong dream. What would be sort of like the ultimate dream or the ultimate milestone or collaboration or
To even like think ahead,
I don't know.
Beyond that is just
Oh, I don't know if do they not want to jinx it?
like,
I feel like it still isn't real.
Yeah.
Right.
So like
Okay.
like touring with Muse is still my dream.
Yeah.
So now it's just like we have to like set new goals. Like there's always things that we want to do, but I feel like now if we say something, we just bring it in and we manifest it,
Yes.
and
Let's go.
hopefully like it comes true. Like it has happened so far.
Yeah.
So,
But
let's
definitely
think.
collaborations are on there. Like I feel like we haven't had that big of an experience with that because we're like, I don't know. We feel not that we're not worthy, but it's feel like how do we get to do that? I don't even. Yeah.
The thing that's weird is like our first collaboration ever was working with Alessia Cara for the.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, for the Inner Sandman thing.
Right.
For the Metallica thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was our first deep dive into it, and it was just like a huge thing. And we're like, what is going on?
Yeah.
So like I'm afraid to
How
think of
does one
something else.
collaborate?
Like what do you want to do? Like I'm asking you, like what do you want to
Yeah,
do?
how
Like
do-
what are you
I don't
looking
know.
forward to?
Okay, like if we like shoot to the moon,
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally,
of course, yeah.
it would be actually like to write something with Muse. You
Oh,
know?
that'd be
Like,
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd
And
be
also,
great. But,
I feel like writing with other, like I would, like Willow.
oh my god,
Yeah. Oh,
It's just
God.
really cool to see like rock coming back.
I love Willow
And to
so
people that you
much.
would-
like a
wouldn't
big
expect.
women collaboration would
Yeah.
be amazing.
That'd be
Yes.
awesome.
Just like a
That'd be awesome.
full on.
Whoever wants to participate.
I love
They're
that. Put it
very
out there
welcome.
right
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
manifest
Putting it
this.
out
Just
there.
like-
Yeah.
I love that
We
idea.
would love that.
Yes.
But you're right. Artists like Willow are really putting it back on
Yeah.
and waving the flag. It's so
love
exciting.
It's cool to see.
Willow.
It's cool to see because it brings more people in to what we love. So we get to share what we do with them. It just becomes like this bigger thing, and it's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah, and it's just that sharing that musical connection, that energy, that spirit, that community. I mean, that's what it's all about.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Exactly.
Definitely. So we do this thing on the show called Deep Cuts, where I will ask you guys all a question. And okay. Should we go like this each time?
Oh.
Okay. Which way should we go?
No, you know what? Let's do it from here to here.
No.
Because Ali's really shy. And we usually say the answers, and then Alice is like, oh, me too.
Yeah, I do.
I'm going to say that.
Let's go.
Yes.
So we can...
Don't worry, they're not tough. They're not
Okay.
tough questions.
Okay.
They're just like personal. Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Name a song, album, or artist that changed your life.
Honestly, I would say Muse, like The Second Law.
Oh, great.
Really,
Album,
like
yeah.
I feel like that was like the first album I actually like listened to like fully, like the
Okay.
whole album. So I would say Second Law by Muse. Yeah.
Isn't that a thing to listen to an album in its entirety?
Yeah.
It's such a thing and
it's a
experience
thing.
that can't be described.
Yeah.
Like knowing an album,
Yeah.
right?
Knowing an album. Okay, go get it.
Me, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, computer. Radiohead.
Great choice.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew
It's
you were
been
gonna say
very
that.
recent. It was last year. I don't know why. Like I don't know why I had never listened to it, but I listened to it and I was just like, tears.
Yes.
Just like, what a great album.
See, I was never really a Radiohead guy. No, of course I know them, but it never really catch on for me.
It's amazing.
It doesn't matter when you discover a great album. It's just that you discover it.
Exactly.
Whenever it is for you is the right time.
Definitely. And okay, so I'm gonna pick a song because it literally changed my life. When my dad would play the Pulse tour, Pink Floyd, Comfortably Numb live, literally changed something within my soul.
There was something there.
It was something there.
Hey,
the
that's a good
whole
pick.
thing, it was just wow.
Isn't that incredible? The power of just hearing even a song. Like you said, it like gets inside of you. And it's part
changes
of you.
everything.
changed,
It changes.
like, your
The thing that most like impacted me is like at the ending of the song, he's just like soloing on the guitar, and I'm feeling so many things. He's not even saying anything. It's just it
he's
hits
saying
so
much.
so much. Oh,
These guys, great
man.
answers.
Yeah.
We're a
Thank
great
you.
start. Okay.
All right.
What was your
And sometimes you don't have to say anything at all. Just let the music talk.
first concert? And maybe you guys were all together.
Oh, we were.
Okay, so
It's funny.
so it was Maroon 5, wasn't it?
was Maroon 5.
Yeah,
It was
we saw
Maroon
Maroon 5 in Monterrey, but how old was I?
Wait,
I think it was 2010.
It was
dude.
overexposed.
It was the Overexposed tour.
Let
Yeah.
me look at the
So-
year, and that was the year we saw them.
But
we were
our
pretty
first
young.
rock concert, it was Kiss.
Was Kiss.
Kiss.
Incredible.
Which is great as well. That was
That's great.
Yeah,
It was awesome.
Wait,
But
I
even
want-
seeing your first live music, like seeing Maroon 5 or whoever it is, it's
it
pretty
was
great.
great.
It was 2012.
It was amazing.
2012. It was
2012.
great.
You
I
were
was
12. I was 10. You were 7.
That's amazing.
It was awesome.
It was
It was
It was so fun. It
It
was
was
so
a
fun.
good first concert. Like, it was just...
That's
It
a
was
great
great.
first concert, for
it was
sure.
And we would literally play the album over and over again. So
Just
we
to
would
learn
be
everything.
prepared.
Yeah.
Go.
You guys are so committed. I love that. You're so my people.
It was looking up the set lists and just
Yes.
like learning
I love
everything.
that. I'm the same way. Yeah, we're the same.
It makes
I
a
love
difference.
It does make a difference.
Yes.
What is your favorite movie?
The
Ooh, favorite movie. Ooh, what is it gonna be?
Batman movie, the
Dark
what's it
Knight.
called? The Dark Knight. The
Dark
Dark
Knight.
Knight.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, okay.
I recently, I literally saw it like a week ago. I love that movie so much. I just love it so much.
Fantastic.
I don't know why.
get it.
I
It's
love
It's a
it
great
so much.
choice.
Yeah.
Great
Okay.
choice.
I know what you're gonna say.
I'm
I
gonna
think.
say 2.
Matrix and
they're-
Inception. I know that.
Matrix and Inception
Inception,
are really
yeah.
good movies, but that was not gonna be my answer.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm gonna. Ooh.
Oh.
Okay, The Matrix. Okay, but my
Okay, but not Matrix Reloaded, right? Not the sequels, right?
other favorite movie that just like Ponyo.
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 Ponyo is such a good movie. It is.
It's a Studio
It warms
Ghibli
my
movie.
heart. I watch it every night to fall asleep because it brings me so much like peace.
Peace. That's
Yeah.
I
wonderful.
adore it.
Huh.
Yeah.
I love
And
it.
Ponyo.
I'm gonna say Lord of the Rings because
Okay.
the soundtrack just
Oh, that's
kinda,
a good soundtrack.
yes. And one movie that I have to religiously watch every year. It doesn't go with me at all, but it's The Sound of Music.
It's a classic.
I was not expecting that.
A classic. I have to watch
classic.
it every year.
It's
But
beautiful.
It becomes like a thing. It's like
It does.
we just hear the soundtrack. We're like,
And we're
Danny's
like,
watching The Sound of Music again.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, how many times have
have you seen this
No,
movie?
I don't know.
I've seen him out. Like it's
I think I've seen that movie like twice, and I was like,
more times that you should see
I
it.
know it all.
Yep.
Is something like something trigger you to have to go see it, or is just like a part of like, oh, it's time to watch it?
You know, I think it is a trigger sometimes. I would just like feel the necessity of like, the hills are alive. Let's go. I need to have that. That is incredible.
The hills are alive. The hills are alive. The sound of music.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm dying. It's amazing.
see, I'm more of a horror movie guy. When she said the hills are alive, I misheard her saying the hills have eyes. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that's more my kind of movie. Wait,
What is your favorite meal or cuisine?
Cuisine Mexican food.
Yeah, wait, I'm gonna go.
like,
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry.
So
It's honestly same, like any type of taco in Mexico
Yes.
In Mexico.
is the best thing ever. Or like my
oh yeah, like street tacos.
mom's like homemade meals. Those are
yeah.
always.
Oh
good.
man, yeah, you can't beat
Sopa de
mom's
tortilla.
cooking. You really can't.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Tortilla soup. I don't know if it has.
Yes.
Tortilla soup is good.
I don't care. No, it has to be good. Like
Yeah,
there's some
it does
pretty
have to
bad
be-
ones.
It does have to be
Yeah.
good,
but nothing warms my soul after like like usually when we're like doing media in Mexico or touring or whatever, you just arrive to the hotel and you order a sopa tortilla. And just eat that. Oh my god.
yeah, when you're really tired.
So comforting.
Yeah,
it
it's,
is.
it's
So
just
comforting. Yeah, I'm
love
gonna
it.
go with a snack version, but a good elote is let's
Street
go.
corn. It's
Street
just-
corn.
oh my
God.
It's so good.
I love that we're
Yeah, that street corn, that stuff is pretty good too.
Mexican,
Yeah,
you're
yeah, yeah.
representing.
It's the best cuisine.
Yeah.
Like
It
it's just
It is
just
the best.
It just
It is
is.
the best.
Yeah.
But I'll put like
I
cayenne pepper
want
on
to go
it,
with you guys
mayonnaise.
to eat all
To
of these.
Mexico. Yeah,
Yes,
of
I
course.
do.
You are
Mi casa es
very
tu casa.
much invited.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Anytime you
Thank
are
you.
there.
Okay, it's happening. If you weren't a musician, what would you be?
Could look at her eyes. She has no idea. I don't know. What would you be?
It's just like
I never know how to answer this question because I really don't know.
Yeah, you're a musician.
well, it's
through
your
and through.
identity. You were never not a musician in your
so
life.
It's existential.
I
at
have
one
no
point.
idea. Like I actually have no idea
Okay,
what
but
I would
since
be.
I know, I'm gonna go ahead and answer.
Yeah, you can answer.
I would definitely be a music teacher.
I love that.
Oh,
That's
you
so
would be a good teacher.
amazing.
Yeah.
Great
I
teacher.
love teaching, even though, like, even if maybe I don't know everything in the world, but I think it's part of it, you know, sharing what you do know and kind of like figuring out. And I think it's a very much like,
This is a hard question to answer because it's like, well, how would you know what you would be if you weren't who you are or what you're doing? You know, like, so imagine if I asked you, if you weren't doing the job you're doing currently, what other job would you be doing? What do you mean by that? Yeah, so if you didn't have the career that you have today, what career would you have? Like, are you asking where I made a bad joke? I don't know, man.
like teach and learn from whoever you're
course.
like.
That's
I love
great.
that like mix of information and just like of passion that goes around. I love it. I would love to be
I
a
wish
teacher.
I was like that. I'm a horrible teacher.
Yeah,
I wish I could do that.
She is. She tried to teach me like
She is a terrible teacher.
Yeah, she is a
Like,
bad
it's-
teacher.
it's-
Wait, I'm dying.
It's just a
She's a
thing.
terrible teacher.
But it's not like I'm mean. I'm just
She's
like
just not good at
you're
it.
not doing it correctly.
Oh,
But that doesn't show you how.
I don't know.
but that's what a teacher needs to be able to do.
You're not good at it. You can't do it.
Yeah,
exactly. That's me.
That is amazing.
If I had to do something besides music, I would be a writer. Like
yeah, like a book writer.
yeah,
Yeah, I
a
got
novel
A
writer.
novel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has to be something creative. I can't. I don't imagine myself doing anything else.
Yeah.
Maybe. Ooh, I could be an actress. I don't know how to act. It's a joke. We're pretty bad at acting. But maybe one day if we practice well enough. But no, I would be a writer.
It's
or
really cool.
like a producer, like something within music.
Yeah.
Yeah, something.
It's
within
not a
music.
teacher.
It's hard to like.
Just not a teacher.
Not a teacher.
Yeah.
Something within music, I feel
Yeah.
like.
You could be a model.
No.
You could.
We always hype her up on her look.
Alejandra could do. She could probably be an actor or actress, model, that sort of thing. I just noticed she doesn't really say much because she's very shy. But she knows what to say. She'll say it. So I'm thinking actor.
Looks because like
But I don't feel like
you're tall. You're tall.
I'm not tall enough.
Lie.
No, that's not a lie. But either way, I
love
really have no
witnessing
idea.
the sisterly love. It's the best.
really have
It's
no
the
idea.
best.
Yeah. But anyway.
Okay, if you could meet any celebrity, dead or alive, who would it be?
Goodness.
Okay.
Michael Jackson. I love
Who would you want to meet dead? Oh, okay. Got you. Dead or alive, as in they come back from the dead and you meet him. Wait, like monkey paw situation? Oh, you mean they're like, as they were before they died. Okay. I took that question way too literal. At first I was like, wait, why would I want to meet a dead celebrity? That I might go into their grave? I don't understand. Okay. Not that hard of a question, but now I can't get out of it.
Michael Jackson. I don't know why. It was just like when I was young, I loved Michael Jackson. I was
She
like, Michael
had
Jackson.
a birthday party that was.
Oh,
no,
I
you
wanted
didn't
it.
get to have
it to
It was
be-
Hannah Montana.
It was
theme.
Hannah Montana, but I wanted to be like Michael Jackson theme, but we didn't find.
My
My
mom
parents were
was
looking
like,
for like.
there's no Michael Jackson pinata
Yes.
anywhere.
A Michael Jackson pinata? You hit it in the crotch? Woo-hoo-hoo.
Jackson pinata.
Well, in Mexico, like the birthday parties, you have a piñata.
Like, you are
period.
too. So.
Oh yeah, it's the same here. My wife's Hispanic, and yeah, going to the family events for the kids. There's always a piñata. There's also always more kegs than beer. More kegs than kids, but that's to be fine. I mean, that's good.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like Michael Jackson.
Shakira. I love Shakira.
Yeah.
I love her.
Nice.
If I would no, but I'm also like I don't want to meet her because I would be so nervous and that would be really embarrassing for me. I have another answer. So,
I would love to meet Marina. I'm so sorry.
Marina from the Diamonds. Yeah.
Marina.
From the Diamonds.
Marina Diamonds.
And the
Wait, I just wanted to defend myself. I'm the OG fan.
You are.
I used to listen to her in middle school.
Yeah, she's awesome.
My English just messed up.
And I feel like if I could just like sit down and have breakfast with Prince, it would be like
wow.
It would be like
Hey, that's a good pick.
I wouldn't even know what to expect,
Yeah.
and that's what's fun about it.
Yeah.
I was just like,
Absolutely.
oh man,
I would be
But,
scared
like,
to meet all these people.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, definitely.
I kind of don't want to meet
Definitely.
them.
Yeah, same.
But
Hey, and also though, be careful. When you meet your heroes, you find out who they are, and you may not really like the personality. You know, you like their stage self, maybe not the personal self. You know.
you never
Although
know.
you met Muse and that worked out.
Exactly.
So-
No,
Exactly.
yeah. That was nerve wracking. I can't believe
It
we did
was.
that.
I don't. Yeah.
Amazing.
What is the most valuable advice that someone gave to you?
I can start.
Yeah. Go get it. Go get it.
This
love that
it's
we're like-
really
I love
really simple advice. But our sound engineer Lalo, who I love very much and I miss very much. We haven't seen him in a while because we haven't been touring. But he said to me, "Just have fun."
Yeah.
He was
That's
just
nice.
diviértete, Paola. I started crying when he said that. I'm like, you're so right, Lalo. I just need to have fun.
Yeah.
It's something along those lines, but like try to like enjoy the little things in life because sometimes you take
It
them
just
for
goes
granted,
by.
Yes.
and
in
sometimes
your
that's
jobs, it's so
and sometimes
important.
that's what you need the most. You know,
Yeah.
to like really appreciate the small things that make you happy. Because like when you're on tour and you're not home and anything, like you start to appreciate a lot of things a lot more. So yeah.
Yes.
And
That's great advice.
I have two. One of them is do not worry about things you cannot control.
Yeah, that's a
like
great
you
one.
cannot.
Oh yeah, I mean that's good advice there.
Why have
Like,
them
let it
in
affect
your
you.
system? And two, it's not a burden to take care of yourself.
Yes.
Because you are going to live with yourself. Like you have to be your own thing. You are like your
That is true. If you don't take care of yourself, who else will? Who's going to do that? I mean, with your mom? No, your mom's not going to take care of you. No, she's done after you're out of the house. No, but seriously, I mean, you got to be able to take care of yourself. Have you noticed I haven't been drinking beer or smoking cigars? Maybe I'm trying to take better care of myself. Maybe.
Buddy, for the rest of your life. It's not a waste of time or a burden.
An afterthought.
To really work on being happy with yourself. Yeah.
I'm taking notes here.
That is, no, I'm just,
You're absolutely right.
I'm like,
so wise.
No,
I love
that's
this.
very nice.
It is. It's so true.
Yeah, and
It's
you're
so
right.
True.
especially like in our line of work, I feel like taking care of yourself sometimes feels like not important. There's so many things that feel bigger than that.
And you know,
And it's
with
really
any
important.
type of work,
Yeah.
like I get how like you have to work, you have to get this done, you have to like, but wait a second, like
You have to be good
Yeah.
yourself to be able to do
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
yes, and it will benefit you. You
Yeah.
will
Right.
work better.
you're totally right.
You're
What a slay.
absolutely right.
Yeah.
Who is your role model?
Ooh.
Oh, I think we have like the same answer,
do we
but
all?
it's okay. Maybe not. Okay,
Like,
maybe
I'm
not.
really scared.
Yeah. Okay.
Because
let's
I
go.
don't have
Okay, who's a role model?
but like a creative answer. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna say like you guys are.
Who's it gonna be?
I was gonna say,
I was gonna say my
like,
family.
my family.
Family?
My family. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Because like when I fail at some
My
things,
parents.
they're not failing at them. So it's an example of
Oh,
like
these girls are so cool. These girls are so cool. They benefit from a really good family. Sounds like that's good, man. I like seeing that.
what I can do.
Yeah, we always like
We
learn
just,
from
like,
each because
from
like,
each
we
other.
have things that obviously like some of us are better at other things, so we can learn from each other, which is really nice. You know, to
And
have
you
that.
know, I feel like it's grounding because no idol, whoever is perfect. Like we're all human,
Right.
So
And-
it's
and
just
we've
like I
seen
feel
like,
like
horrible sides of each other.
Yeah.
we know the good and the bad.
Keeping it real.
So I
We know
feel
the good
like
and the bad.
Yeah.
we can appreciate.
And even with the good and the bad, how we handle those good and bads are inspiring.
Let's go, girls.
Just-
We're
I-
I
we're
love
too
it.
far away.
I love that.
Like,
And the unconditional love, knowing
Yeah.
all of the bad things
Yeah.
also is important.
Let's go.
That was the best, guys.
This feels like a therapy session.
It is.
It is.
Beautiful.
Okay. What is something fans would be surprised to learn about you?
You
Oh no. Are you gonna surprise me?
that I diamond paint.
You have diamond paint. Oh, she diamond paints. She paints diamonds. What?
Oh, I do that as well, but I have no idea. Yeah.
When I need a
broke this?
distresser, I'm just like,
It's so relaxing.
let's just go and put
just
little
one by
diamonds
one,
on paper.
Do you want to
Oh, that's what diamond. Oh. Okay. Well. I mean, could just be putting together puzzles, but diamond paint's cool. Yeah.
say something that people wouldn't know about me?
Maybe.
Yeah, because I'm lost.
Yeah, me too.
Because I feel like I share everything.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do. I'm surprised that they didn't say just eating. I mean, I don't know. Who doesn't like to eat?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
do.
you
actually.
do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Come on.
That you're into finances.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, that is something
All
people
right.
don't know about me. Okay.
Counting money.
So
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I love finance. Okay, more
Yeah.
than anything.
Wait. Who? Okay. I love finance. Oh. I'm thinking, to me, that translates to I like counting money. Or managing numbers. Especially big numbers.
Anything I'm really into, like, that's gonna sound weird, like corruption. I like learning about it. I like watching like docuseries about
Yes.
it. And I
Okay.
love taxes and like Wall Street.
Whoa. She loves tax.
It
I just
said
love-
no one ever.
Wait, I don't. Wait. Does following the money. That. Okay. Okay. That sounds different than just loving, I guess, finance. She likes the corruption involved in it, or the mystery, I guess, finding it. Finding where the corruption's at and all that.
I love
I'm
learning
surprised your
about
favorite
it.
movie wasn't like Wolf of Wall Street or something. Yeah.
No, but
Yeah.
I really want to like at one point in my life
Just know how it
study
works.
finance.
Yeah.
So like no one like can screw me over with my taxes. I'm just gonna know what.
From this.
No, like I'm gonna like.
Yeah, you can take care of it.
I'm gonna like give advice on what to invest, what not to invest.
Okay.
I'm amazing at it. Yes, I love finance.
That I answered for you.
Thank you.
This is what you could have been instead of being a musician.
All right.
You could have been like an accountant.
I think accounting is
That's a pretty good career.
so cool. I'm just gonna say
That's
that.
really cool.
Yeah.
Good for you. All right.
I have no idea. Help me out here.
So many people
Let
don't
me
know about you.
think about it as well. Okay, she would definitely be the one who survives the zombie apocalypse out of all of us.
Would I?
Wow.
What? She's good with guns. She's a fighter. Or?
Oh.
No, because I feel like
She doesn't agree with this.
she's so resourceful though. Like if we have
she is
no
resourceful.
GPS, she knows where to go. Though.
Ali's really good with directions.
Direction.
Yeah.
She's
Direction.
internal
Great with maps.
compass.
Yes, navigation.
That's amazing.
That's it.
That's good to have. It really is.
Let's
That's
go.
it.
There we go.
It came in really handy when we were at Disney World.
Okay, we were longer the first time in Disney World. Like my parents weren't with us for the first time in our lives, and we had the map.
But
We
here's
were
the thing,
so lost.
I don't think I'm good with maps. You're just really bad with maps. I'm
You're
like, how can
good.
you mess up a map?
No.
Like, you
They're
have
just
it
really
right
bad.
there.
She's good with maps.
Like,
Yeah, she's good with
a
navigation.
talent. That's a good talent.
Yeah.
We found it.
We found it. Well, ladies, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You guys
Yeah.
are the best. You deserve everything that's coming your way because you
I kind of agree with Alejandro there. How do you mess it up? You have the map right there. How do you mess it up? My thoughts I had with my wife when we were in Vegas. She was trying to, you know what? I was letting her just be the navigator. She wanted to be the navigator. You be the navigator. You be the navigator. I'm just gonna be, as long as I'm drinking beer the whole time and enjoying the things you can enjoy in Vegas while walking around. So a beer in one hand and a tobacco cigarette in the other. I was like, you just navigate. Oh man, we don't know where we are, do we? Oh, you want me to? Oh, okay, that's right. You just navigate. Oh yeah, the place we're trying to go to this whole time, it's actually in the hotel. It's actually in the casino. That's where it's telling us to go. I could. So we're looking for this restaurant, okay? And I was looking at her GPS thing. It was telling us to go to the street, like the literal street, like it's. But I'm like, that destination marker is like the middle of the freaking street. That doesn't make any sense. And you're telling me this restaurant is connected to the Caesar Hotel, or Caesar, Caesar. So you already know where it's gonna be. It's gonna be in the casino. It's gonna be like everything is in a hotel. It's like so we're just gonna go in there and we're just gonna find it. Just follow the signs. Easy. Anyway, this was a cool interview. I enjoyed it. I learned how the warning works on their songs, which is very, very cool. Very cool. Learned about their favorite movies. Definitely learned about who their idols are, the role models of their parents. I learned more that their parents are very supportive of them. And it sounded like they gave them a very healthy foundation. I also learned that they're going to be touring with the Muse in the UK. That's a big achievement for them. It's cool. It's really cool. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. This reaction. It was a long reaction. Hope you enjoyed it. And with that said, y'all take it easy.